Hello, 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 hello. I hope. Volume. I can turn off the volume. There you go. Okay. Um, Hi, everybody. I had a issue this morning. I was supposed to start an hour ago. Um, but what I did was I pressed go live button, and I pressed the go live button, but then I'm one of these people that press. So I started the stream and I ended the stream. So then the stream was done. Problem there is using the software. I had to create a new link, and that takes a bit of time. So I have had to start half an hour late. So anyway, let's turn on the light. It's Sunday, the 4th of August, 2024, at least in real time. I hope you're having a good weekend from sunny Spain. Hello, hello. And, well, wherever you are, whenever you're... I hope you're good. What happens? We're going to jump into Hercule, okay, because we've missed some time. My hair is billowing in the breeze because I've got a fan on. It's super, super hot here. And it's not electricity or anything like that, you know. It's just normal stuff. The air conditioning. So, let's jump into Hercule Poirot. We haven't played it for a while. I don't think... Did we play it last Sunday? I'm not sure. Let me just get it started. Okay, hang on 1 second. I maybe better turn up the volume and stuff and make sure everything's good. Okay. Game. Continue. Okay, we're going to load up. So anyway, I hope you've had a good week. I've been busy. I'm an online teacher, so I've been quite busy. I was working up until yesterday, and yesterday afternoon, and then I had a little siesta. I had a little nap for myself, and then I've been chilling out. So what happened the last day? Where are we? Let's have a look. We're in my room. So let's have a look. Let's go to the characters of the game in case you don't know who these people are. If you don't, go back to the previous episodes and you can find out. Angeline, let's have a look at Angeline. Hang on, maybe I can get out of there. Angeline, although she may only be young, it's obvious she has a mind of her own and is not afraid to speak it. Her life of wealth and worry for nothing has given her a sense of entitlement that I hope will not obstruct my investigation. So what have we found out? She has a rocky relationship with Cassandra, her mother. She has matured from when we first met her. She started some problems when we first met her. She's unsure of the reason for the blackmail. She's being extorted. And she cares about the Major. Now, the Major is the person who died. He's been murdered! Yes, murder, everybody. And this is why, as the famous detective, Hercule Poirot, this is where we need to find out. This is what we need to find out. This is Archibald. He's the butler. What is a butler? Well, he's a well-experienced butler who has been with the Van den Bosch family for several years. He takes pride in his work, his appearance, and the house. He considers himself the father figure to the other young staff of the house, and I believe he would do anything for them. Now, what have we found out? The evidence is that he is stressed. Okay, we say stress, that's quite normal, but to be honest, I think native speakers, for me anyway, and my friends, I don't say, oh, I'm really stressed. I would say, I am stressed out. We just add that preposition, I'm really stressed out today. Why? I have no idea. And he received a call from the Major. Okay, Cassandra. Madame Van der Bosch, the lady of the house, abrupt and snobbish. She is hesitant to help me in my investigation, already placing the blame on the young maidservant, the employee, Fleuret. I can see a challenge persuading her of anything other than what she already believes. Yeah, Cassandra is very headstrong. You know, she doesn't really, she might be a bit stubborn. She doesn't listen to other people. What have we found out? We found out that she's desperate for money. Aren't we all? She's widowed, which means she is a widow. Her husband died recently. She hopes the wedding will bring money, that will bring wealth. That's Angeline, who's going to marry Gideon. Margot and Cassandra are longtime friends, and the Major, it says is, but really I would say was abusive. He was quite abusive. He was quite not a very nice person. He's not very well loved amongst our suspects. Elizabeth, she's another employee. She's a maidservant, and she cares a great deal about her friend and fellow members. Member of staff, Florette. She's happy and optimistic, kind of like myself, and I believe may be of great help in my investigation. So Elizabeth and Luke plan to elope. Kind of old word, really. To elope is maybe you want to get married to your girlfriend or your boyfriend and you're in love, you're head over heels in love, but maybe your family won't allow you. So what do? You run away. You run away to and get married somewhere. Yeah, and we call that eloping. And Luke passed away. Luke died. So the man she loved died. I've said this before. I don't say to my friend, "Oh, I'm really sorry your father died." It's a bit harsh. It's a bit direct in English. We'd say, "I'm sorry your father passed away." Next up is Ernesto. Who is Ernesto? Well, let's have a look. He's a factory owner and business entrepreneur. He is driven by money and profit and has little patience for time wasting and small talk. Small talk. Beautiful day today. Did you see the soccer match last night? How many gold medals have Ireland won in the Olympics? Stuff like that. I was taken aback by his bluntness, his directness, to be very blunt. I think that's a stupid idea, you know? That's quite a blunt way to say something. In English, it's a bit more indirect. We would say, maybe that's not the best idea, you know? English is much more indirect. It's less blunt, really. Anyway, I was shocked. I was taken aback by his bluntness, which many would consider rude. But it's obvious that opinions of others do not bother him. They don't affect him. He's an old friend of Madame van der Bosch and former business partner of the late Viscount. Weird pronunciation, weird spelling. That's how we say it. Some kind of nobility, yeah, Viscount. So what do we know? He's a factory owner. He works with the Major, and he cares for Cassandra. Now, Felix Hagen, he's the dead body. He's in the army. He's not only friends with Madame van der Bosch, but also Look. Okay, that's not working. Look at this. There's a really nice structure here for expressing addition. It says, Felix Hagen is not only friends with Madame van der Bosch, but also well connected with the local law enforcement, the police. Anybody doing exams, the Cambridge exams, the IELTS exams, the TOEFL, whatever, this is a really good way to link two ideas. Not only do I play the guitar, but also the piano. Yeah? It's much more sophisticated way of speaking than I play the guitar and I play the piano, you know? Not only, but also. Not only does he speak French, but also Portuguese. Not only is he a fantastic painter, but also an amazing singer. You know, not only, but also. It's a really good structure. Although he's been out of the military for some years, he still believes he has authority and power over others. Contrast there, although he has been out of the army for a while, he still believes the authority and power over others. Although many people like to go to the beach and they go sunbathing and swimming and playing water sports, however, I prefer to go to the mountains because it's calm, it's fresh air, it's away from the city. It's a nice way, it's what we call inversion, yeah? Although many people prefer to live in the city for its socio and economic reasons, however, I prefer to live in the countryside because blah 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 blah. So it's a really good way, especially in Cambridge, IELTS, TOEFL exams for speaking, you know, to express contrast, to invert. You talk about the other thing first. He's ex-military. He was involved in the strikes, so the workers' strikes. To go on strike means the workers are protesting for better pay, better working conditions, to go on strike. And he's involved with Ernesto for security. Fleurette, we haven't seen Fleurette for a while. She was a worker. She was employed. Who else? Gideon. Gideon is the fiancé of Angeline. Although English is not his first language, he is well-spoken. Well-spoken. He speaks English very well, which I presume comes from a prestigious education. Where am I? I instantly found him rather charming and charismatic, and he's clearly supportive of Mademoiselle Angeline, the perfect example of a husband-to-be. He's the fiancé. He's going to get married. Let's find out. He paid the first blackmail. He paid the first demand. He's a supporter of the unions, trade unions. In Spanish, that would be a syndicate, sindicatos, no? The unions, where the workers organize and maybe they go on strike to get better pay, to get better working conditions. The brothers have a history, right? He's got a brother called Zach, and they have some bad blood. Yeah, they have some problems with the major, the dead major. Everybody. Gideon was protecting Angeline, and Hugo invited him. Okay, quickly. Any more? Hugo's the trade unionist. He's a union leader, and he's fighting for the rights of the workers. What do we know? You can read this yourself. You can, if you're watching this later, you can just pause the stream and read it. He's a union leader. They had a heated discussion. They had an argument, and he wanted to confront the major. He wanted to talk. He wanted to have an argument, yeah? Inge, another servant, she found the dead body, the major's body. Jackie, she's a New Yorker, I think. She's involved in newspapers. She's a newspaper magnate, so she's very powerful. Maybe she owns a few newspapers. She knows a lot about the guests, maybe a lot of gossip. She was writing an article about the couple, Angeline and Gideon, the fiancés, the people to get married. Hugo, the union guy, and Jackie had a heated discussion. They had an argument, and Jackie wants information from Hugo. Okay. Maybe that's what they're arguing about. What's going on here? Something new? Oh. Jackie was writing an article. Okay. Alright, sorry, I'm supposed to do that, am I? And then there's Margot. She's a socialite, so she's very rich. She runs a women's shelter, and what do we know about her? She does a lot of charity work, and herself and Cassandra are long-time friends. Anybody else? And then there's Zach. So Zach is Gideon's brother. He's friendly, full of life. I imagine he would feel comfortable at the center of attention. It's obviously he enjoys a drink or two. But what harm is there that a celebration? Okay, what do we know? He's Gideon's brother. He was in the army as a field medic, so he was like a field doctor. He's repressing something inside him. Yeah, he's bottling something up. Gideon and Zach, they're not so close, and the brothers have a history with the Major, so there's some kind of problem there. Let's find out what's the new one to do. It's not the first time Zach has steered the conversation towards his time in the war. Okay, so he has mentioned the war a few times, everybody. Okay, that's pretty much it, I think. That's everybody. These are the characters. This is my room. This is me. I'm Hercule Poirot with my really groovy red shoes and red socks, I have to say. Yeah, very, very cool. Let's have a look at the map. Okay, we've got Angeline. Jackie bumped heads with the Major. A confrontation occurred between Jackie and the Major. Is her hatred for the Major seated deeply, I wonder? To bump heads, like goats, you know, when you see two goats, meh, like they bump heads, so it means like they had an argument. Angie is sure they are closer than they initially appear. So she said this to us in the previous stream, that actually the people here tonight, they have known each other for a long time, and actually some of them might be friends.
I must act on thought and fact, not on impulse.
Okay, what about this one? Hang on, we need to link the words up. For the Major.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
So Jackie is pushing for dirt. If you're looking for dirt about something, you want to know something bad that they've done, to look for dirt. I doubted Jackie's involvement with the murder, but now I am dubious. I'm doubtful of her innocence.
What a revelation!
Haha! I now have all the motives from the guess. Who is under suspicion? Okay. All the motives are confirmed. I now have all the motives from the guess who is under suspicion. So none of them like this guy. None of them like the Major, yeah? But we have confirmed.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I should not be surprised. Everybody seems to hate the Major. They all have their different kind of problems with him. However, they all have alibis. Alibis. We've done this word before, but I want to do it quickly. Alibi.
Alibi.
Alibi. What is alibi? The plea of having been at the time of the commission of an act elsewhere at the place of commission of Jesus. So really, that's a really bad definition. His alibi was that he was at the cinema at the time of the crime. So, you know, I get accused of robbing a bank, but I say, no, I didn't rob the bank. I was here streaming on YouTube. You can check the time. It's my alibi. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, if the police call, just say, yep, I am Brian's alibi. Okay? When they come knocking about the bank robbery, no. We were watching Brian on YouTube. And I'll say, thank you. All right. An alibi. Okay. I do not know who I can trust or whose stories I can believe. Are the guests innocent? All the guests are suspicious. I do not know who I can trust. Any more? All the guests are suspicious.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Thank you. Thank you. They all gave alibis. I now doubt how trustworthy their stories may be. They may well be covering for each other. I doubt how much I can trust them. To cover for someone is to give an excuse or to give an alibi. Yeah, I was watching Brian on YouTube when he was supposedly robbing the bank. There is no physical way one of the guests could have killed a major and returned to the party unless... That is where I am mistaken. It is not one guilty party I should be looking for, but rather multiple. So everybody is under suspicion now. Multiple guests may be responsible. Maybe it's a hit team. Maybe it's a death squad. Okay. Escape the blackmail. Done. 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 Is there something I should do? Nothing? How could I have not considered that the Major's death was part of a ploy, a plan, created and executed by more than only one of the guests? So it's not a lone wolf, it's a death squad. It came almost as an epiphany following Mademoiselle Angeline's remark about the guests' shared past. Perhaps Mademoiselle will become the trusted ally, friend, confidant that I now sense may be essential to catching the guilty parties. Tonight's questioning was only the beginning. I will allow my suspects to sleep on their stories, and we will see how they fare tomorrow, how they do tomorrow. Perhaps one of those involved will have morals enough to show a glimmer, tiny bit of regret. Yeah? We will interview them tomorrow. Let's see who is acting suspicious. Considering they may be working together, I cannot be sure who has told the truth and who has attempted to sell me down the fleuve. I have no idea what fleuve means, to be honest, yeah? F-L-E-U-V-E. F-L-E-U-V-E. And this is a British dictionary, so of course it's not going to have it. Let's go to perplexity. What is fleuve? F-L-E-A-U-V-E. Sorry, I need to go on to... the internet. Okay. What is fleuve? Question mark. Ah, okay. Well, I thought that. Well, because... Alright, okay. Alright, that's kind of silly by me. To sell someone down the river is a typical expression. It's to give someone up, you know? So, I rob the bank, the police catch me, and I say, yeah, but also, John was involved. Dun, dun, dun. I've sold him down the river. Yeah, I've grassed him up. Perhaps I should sleep in the matter, to sleep on something. A good night's sleep will surely bring a new dawn of thinking, and what a better setting to do so than in the peaceful, falling blanket of snow that surrounds us all. It's snowing outside. There's a snowstorm. Okay, we always say if you don't want to give an answer immediately, You know, my boss says to me, Brian, can you go and do this and do. And I say, well, let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. I don't want to make a decision right now. I don't want to give you an answer at this moment. Sorry, I've just gone. I forget sometimes, everybody, to change the screen. Here. And here. Let's make sure it's working. And it's not working, is it? Okay, yeah, it is, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so one more time. Perhaps I should sleep on the matter. I want to sleep on it. A good night's sleep will surely bring a new dawn of thinking, and what a better setting to do so. To do so in than the peaceful falling blanket of snow that surrounds us. Okay. Although it seems not everyone has the same idea. What? Who is that? Interesting. Who was that mysterious person walking around in the snow? I guess we're going to find out. So it's morning time. Chapter 5, everybody. A restless sleep combined with the image of the eerie figure in the snow has only convoluted what my little grey cells must consider. A restless sleep, meaning I did not sleep very well, and combined with the image of the kind of spooky, scary figure, the person walking around in the snow, has only convoluted, it's only upset my mind, what my mind must think about. I should not have expected this to be a simple case. I have been lied to by at least one of the guests. Their alibis all confirm each other's, but I know this is not true. Oh, okay, we got a new mind map. How the Major was involved with the blackmail eludes me. I don't understand for now. Once I have confirmed whether he was the author or recipient, I can consider my next step in my investigation. So we found another blackmail letter in the Major's study, you know. Now, did he receive the blackmail letter, the extortion, or is he the blackmailer? Is he trying to extort people? Okay, let's find out. So Gideon paid it off with nobody in the house able to pay the ransom. So Gideon paid the money. The ransom value. The writer was demanding 5,000 francs. Whether he received it or was yet to send it is still unknown. Right, the Major. Is he sending these messages? Or is he receiving these letters? Anything to see? Any chance of breakfast?
Oh.
Oh? Okay. Where is that? Let's talk to Archibald. How's it going, Archibald?
Good morning, Detective.
Good morning. Fantastic, thank you. I slept like a log. A log. You know when you chop a tree, you put logs on the fire? In English we have this expression, when you have had a very good sleep. Yes, thank you. I slept like a log. Yeah? Okay.
I'm afraid I did not. I was hoping for at least a moment of pleasant slumber, but alas, it was not to be.
Slumber is another word for sleeping. So, you know, Hercule is a bit of a complainer. He likes to whine. Oh, I didn't sleep very well last night.
Finding the Major's killer is the only thing that will put my mind at ease.
Right. Finding the killer is the only thing that will make me relaxed.
In that case, Detective, what can I do to help?
While watching the snow, I saw a silhouette of a figure. I did not see Madame Elizabeth last night. Would you permit me access to the telephone?
I would, but I'm afraid I found this morning that the telephone lines aren't working. The snow continued through the night and must have damaged them.
The lines have been cut, everybody. This week we had a power cut here in my neighborhood, and for a few hours, yeah. It was kind of stressful, yeah. I was stressed out because I teach online, and if I don't have the internet, it really is a stressful situation. I'm stressed out. The situation is stressful because you see, I teach online. I need my computer. I need my Wi-Fi, and if I don't, I can't teach online, which makes me feel sad. So there's no telephone. So what are we? We're snowed in.
Even if we could use the telephone, I don't think anyone would be able to reach us.
Contact us.
In that case, it will be up to myself alone to solve the case.
I'll let you know if anything changes. But until some of the snow clears, enough for the carriages to arrive, we are snowed in.
So to be snowed in is when you can't leave. You know what I mean? It's too much snow. I'm from Ireland, so I've never really experienced that. I think the most snow I ever experienced was in Istanbul on New Year's Eve, when I had to try to travel from one side of the city to another because of some Austrians. But that's a long story. But anyway, to be snowed in. What other expressions are there? Snowed under. To be snowed under. My friends call me. They say, "Hey Brian, come on, let's go to the beach." And I say, "No, I'm sorry. I've got too much online work. I'm snowed under." I'm snowed under, meaning I have a lot of work. I have a lot of work. I'm snowed under. Snowed in, snowed under. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Although I am not able to call upon or leave the house to find help from the local authorities, the police, it also means none of the guests are able to leave. Ha ha! No one is getting in or getting out until we find out who murdered the Major. Alright, I have until the snow clears to find not only Mademoiselle Angeline's blackmailer, but also the Major's killer. There's that structure again. Not only, but also. So, I need to find two people. The blackmailer and the murderer. What about the body? Where is the body, yeah?
Taken care of. Master Demir and his brother, after sobering up, helped me move him into the cellar. Best place for the time being.
Sober. What is the opposite of sober, everybody? The opposite of sober is drunk. Yeah? Drunk. Sober. Yeah, if you consume alcohol, you're drinking alcohol. If you drink enough of it, you will be drunk. And sometimes when that happens, transitioning from being drunk to being sober is what we call sobering up, to sober someone up. Yeah. So they moved into the cellar. Best place, right. So who did it? Okay, Gideon and Zach.
Très bien. I imagine there is no reason for anyone to go down there.
Very good. I imagine there's no reason to go down to the cellar. Don't go down to the cellar.
Besides me, no one. Once this snow clears, we will be able to move him from the house.
Right. Because after all, there is a dead body in the house, yeah? Okay. While watching the snow, I swear I saw the silhouette of a figure standing in the garden. I did not see Elizabeth, Mademoiselle Elizabeth, the maid servant.
I'm afraid our Lizzie is not well. I think the events of yesterday were too much for her. We'll have to just make do without her this morning.
Big one for Spanish students. Always remember, too is pretty much always negative. Too hot, too far, too expensive. There's too much salt in my food. There are too many cars in the street. Sometimes students will say to me, oh, I went to a party and I had too much fun. No. No, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
As Wordsworth once stated, rest and be thankful. Perhaps a chance of peace and relaxation will work wonders.
I'd like to speak with Cassandra. Yeah, I want to talk to Cassandra.
She is currently eating breakfast alone in the dining room. It's how she prefers it. But if you wish to speak with her now...
It is important I speak with her, but perhaps it's better to allow her to finish. I do not wish to upset her before I have even asked my first question. She's quite angry, generally speaking, and she doesn't really like me. I could perhaps investigate the garden for any evidence of the figure from last night, that eerie person. Let's ask Archibald.
In that snow? If someone was out there, we'd have another body on our hands.
So, what does that mean, yeah? Mixed conditional. If somebody was out there last night, we would have another body on our hands now. They would be dead now. What we call a mixed conditional. So, for example, something in the past and something now. You know. For example, so there's the if clause. If someone was out there in the snow last night. Second conditional. Third conditional. No, hang on. We would have. Alright, so I'm getting that confused. Yeah, it's a third conditional.
I realize how strange it sounds. I would not believe it myself if I had not seen it with my own eyes.
Staff have reported seeing things in the dark before, but it always just turns out to be shadows. It was likely just your mind playing tricks.
My mind's playing tricks on me.
Your assistance has been most valuable as always.
Okay, that's Archibald. Just going to stand over here by the tree. Something happens here. Any new information? Talk to Cassandra. God, do I have to? Archibald says, inspect the gardens, and Zach and Gideon move the body. Okay. Inspect the garden, talk to Cassandra. Alright, Cassandra! Where is Cassandra? Okay, Cassandra's in the salon or the dining room? She's in the dining room. Having breakfast. Having breakfast. We don't really say eating breakfast, or definitely we don't say taking breakfast. We have. I have a coffee. I have breakfast. I have lunch. I have dinner. While I must speak with Madame Van der Bosch, I should also take this opportunity to talk to Mademoiselle Rihanna in the kitchen. Where is the kitchen? The kitchen? Salon? Ooh, a bust.
Oh.
Madame Van der Bosch's collection of art extends further than just paintings. So a bust, you know, it's like a sculpture of a head or something. Okay. Nothing over here. No, avoid her. Just walk past her. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Any drinks? Thing going on here? What's this? A drinks globe. Do you remember those? These kind of like A globe of the world, and you open it and it would be a drinks kind of place. I wonder how many travel expeditions have been planned while enjoying the contents of this globe. Okay, what else? Anything here? Windows? Go and have a look out the window.
Ah,
The fallen snow has laid a beautiful white blanket over the countryside, and that surrounds the house. I have a friend from a place called Saskatchewan in Canada. Saskatchewan in Canada. And she used to tell me about things called ice storms. So it was ice storms, which is completely alien to me because it doesn't really snow in Ireland, you know. But she'd say like that it would get so cold that like the cables, the wires, the electricity would just snap, you know, and then there'd be no electricity. And where's the kitchen? Main hall. Okay, let's talk to Cassandra. But like, you know, really, really cold.
I hope.
I'm kind of scared of Cassandra.
They obviously did not teach you manners at wherever it was you schooled.
Here she goes.
Pardon for the interruption, but these questions cannot wait.
Get on with it then.
Get on with it. Hurry up. Monsieur de Silver, eh? Is he your boyfriend?
What is it you wish to know?
Is he your boyfriend, Cassandra?
You two have been friends for some time now. And while I do not mean to pry, has your relationship only...
If you are trying to insinuate that Mr. de Silver and I are running around like schoolchildren, you could not be further from the truth. He was friends with my husband, for goodness sake.
Okay, to insinuate, if you're suggesting that Mr. de Silver and I are running around like schoolchildren, okay, you could not be further from the truth. He was friends with my husband, for goodness sake. For goodness sake is an explanation when you're kind of annoyed, but it's not rude, it's not harsh. It's like, oh, I missed the bus, for goodness sake, or oh, for goodness sake, where is my phone? You know? We just use it like as an explanation. Yeah, there's obviously a lot stronger expressions we have. But yeah, for goodness sake is completely acceptable. Oh, for goodness sake.
Oui, I understand they worked together. Investments, if I am correct.
Mr. de Silva was the voice of reason that my husband should have listened to more often, instead of throwing our money at businesses that were already on the verge of bankruptcy.
Okay, we often have the expression to throw away money. You're wasting money. Yeah, if you're throwing away money, and then to throw money at something is you're trying to solve a problem with money, and sometimes that doesn't work. So you're wasting it. Yeah, bankruptcy. So if a company, a business cannot pay its bills, if it can't pay its employees, it goes bankrupt. Okay, why would someone want to kill the Major, Cassandra?
I'm sure you're aware he was not the easiest man to get along with. His hot temper made him a number of foes.
Right, so there you go. That's a nice example of the indirect language I was talking about. You know, what do you think about the Major? He was a complete asshole. You know, that's very direct, right? So often in English, like I said, we use indirect language. I'm sure you're aware, I'm sure you know, he was not the easiest man to get along with, you know, rather than saying he's a complete asshole. His hot temper made him a number of foes, old word for enemies.
A hot temper is reason enough to kill a man.
His mouth often acted before his brain. Perhaps someone had grown tired of dealing with it.
His mouth often acted before his brain. You know, when you say something without thinking, it can often be very stupid. You know, if you're not thinking about what you say, So we have this expression. A letter was found. You suggested why someone might kill him, but who do you believe would do it? Let's go for a letter.
I assume you are talking about the supposed blackmail letter.
Yes.
Oui, madame. You know of it?
It arrived shortly after the first. Rather coincidental, if you ask me.
I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say, madame.
He no doubt had secrets hidden away. But do you honestly think Felix had anything of value to his name worth threatening him for?
So he had some secrets, but basically he was broke. He didn't have any money. So why have people trying to blackmail him, to threaten him?
Perhaps you should enlighten me.
Tell me more, tell me more.
Well, he was here, living in my house, eating my food, prepared by my staff. Does that answer your question, detective?
Like a parasite, everybody.
I wouldn't put it past him to have written it himself, in
What?
the hopes of getting some sympathy from me.
The Major wrote the blackmail letter?
And the other letters.
He probably wrote those too. If Angeline paid the first, that would have given him the money to pay the second letter. He is the White Knight, saves the day, and expects to live here happily ever after.
Okay, so she's accusing him of being like a leech. Leech. L-E-E-C-H. Look that word up. It's the insect that sucks the blood. A parasitic kind of parasite, right? He's eating her food. He's living in her house. So let's have a look. He probably wrote those other blackmail letters. If Angeline paid the first, here's the 5,000 francs, that would have given him the money to pay for the second black letter. I'll pay for this one. And he is the White Knight. He saves the day, and then everybody will love him, and he lives here happily ever after. The White Knight meaning like the hero of the story. So he sends the first blackmail, he gets the money, then he sends another blackmail letter, and then with the money he pays that, and everyone's like, yay, Major! Ooh. I did not expect Madame van der Bosch to be so blunt, direct, with her thoughts towards the Major. I was under the impression there was more to their friendship, not less. Ooh, she's quite hard, Cassandra, though, I won't lie. It's quite the nefarious plan that Madame has laid out for the Major. I'm not sure I can believe he would go to such levels of deceit. I'm sure Mademoiselle Angeline will have an opinion on the matter. So it's a very criminal plan that she has explained. I'm not sure I believe he would go to such levels of deceit. So Poirot thinks, is he capable of that kind of criminal mastermind kind of strategy? Okay, you suggested why someone might kill him, but who do you believe would do it, Cassandra?
Seeing as I heard Mr. Becker's in what I would describe as an unnecessarily loud exchange of words yesterday, he would be my first suspect.
All right, Mr. Becker's is the union guy. He would be my first suspect. I would describe unnecessarily loud. So they were arguing yesterday.
You heard them yourself.
How could I not? The volume they were shouting at, I could hear them from the study in my room.
You did not think it fitting to tell me this yesterday?
You did not find it fitting. You did not find it suitable. You did not find it correct to tell me this yesterday?
I didn't think Felix was going to wind up dead and a murderer loose in my house. My apologies, detective.
Gosh, she really is angry. So she didn't think he was going to end up dead. Yeah, she didn't think Felix was going to be killed. And a murderer free, loose in my house. Let loose the juice. Although I must learn more of this argument, it is not Madame that I expect the answers to come from. Brother Monsieur Becker's. He has a great deal of explaining to do.
Merci, madame. I shall
Thank you,
not bother
madame.
you any further.
I shall not cause you any more problems. I shan't bother her. Right. I want to go to the kitchen. Is there a kitchen here? I want to talk to Rihanna. Ah, here we go. Let's talk to Rihanna. Rihanna. Okay, here we go. We're in the kitchen. What can we see? I can see baskets of fruit and vegetables. Tomatoes are a fruit, everyone, that's why. I can see a cupboard with jars and, I don't know, Tupperware. I can see sacks of rice or grain. Pots and pans. Anything here? Ooh, pots and pans. The cook has obviously used them for quite some time, judging by their condition. I can see some pies. I can see a sink. I can see a chopping board with some vegetables. Chop, 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 chop. Let's check out the place first. Anything? I can see some alcohol. Any chance for a morning glass of champagne? No? Nothing? What's up here? Cupboard? Cupboard. What was the pronunciation? There does not seem to be anything of interest in here. Okay. Let's talk to Rihanna. Rihanna.
Bonjour, madame. You must be the wonderful cook.
He's taking a very protective stance behind the sack of whatever it is, a sack of rice or a sack of flowers. Good morning, madame. You must be the wonderful cook.
Wonderful and modest, sir. I am Rihanna.
My taste buds thank you for the ravishing meal last night. It has been some time since I ate so well.
Oh, he's a flirt, isn't he? Yeah, my taste buds. You know, for a ravishing meal. It was a delicious meal. It's been a long time since I had something so fantastic.
Glad to hear it, sir.
S'il te plaît, madame. A detective is fine.
If you please, detective is fine.
In that case, mademoiselle is fine for me, and I will ignore your presumption of marriage.
Ah, mademoiselle meaning miss. Okay.
Très bon, mademoiselle.
Very good. You have been with the Van der Bosch family for quite some time. I understand you took some ice to the Major yesterday. Ice.
I did.
Because he got punched.
Monsieur Archie told me what had happened. Bruises can swell fast, so I took him some ice to bring it down.
Okay, so Monsieur Archie is the butler. He told me what had happened. Gideon punched the Major over a cigar, or they got angry. A bruise. If I bang myself, or maybe somebody punches me, I have a student pronunciation. Bruise. Bruise, yeah? Like a mark. And it can swell. So, for example, boom, 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 you know? Swell, swole, swollen. It's an irregular verb, yeah? So what's a good thing? Say you've got like a swelling, something hurts, you put ice on it. So she brought him some ice to bring down the swelling. Strange, Mr. Sterling, Archibald told me it was the Major that requested the ice. Ah. She said Archibald told her to bring some.
How was the Major when you saw him?
How was he?
Grumpy, as always.
Grumpy's a nice word. Grumpy, to be in a bad mood, yeah? Monday morning. You know, Monday morning in November, yeah, and you have to get up early at 7 o'clock and it's dark and it's cold and you've got to, like, get on the metro to be very grumpy. To be grumpy. Monday morning, very grumpy. Friday afternoon, very happy.
I suppose one would not take kindly to being punched as he was.
I suppose you wouldn't like being punched.
Punched or not, he was as ungrateful as ever.
Ooh, to be very ungrateful. You have been in the Van der Wasch family for quite some time.
That's right. I've seen staff come and go, but a house always needs a trustworthy cook.
If someone is trustworthy, they are someone you can trust. Or a device, it's trustworthy, it's something you can trust.
I agree. But if I was to eat what you prepare every day, I fear I may be the size of La Maison.
I'd be the size of the house. I'd be fat if I was eating your food every day
Not a
because
bad
it's so
thing,
delicious.
detective. You could do with some meat on your bones.
Right, yeah, bit skinny there, Poirot.
Well, with the snow still not clearing, we may be stuck here for the weekend. Perhaps I should look to adjust my pantalon buttons.
Okay, well, we all know what that means, don't we, yeah?
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
I've gathered all I need from Madame Van den Bosch and Mademoiselle Rihanna. I should return to the Great Hall. How are we doing? An hour. Do a little bit more, yeah? Is this the Great Hall? This is the salon, so I need to go up here. Past Cassandra. Don't speak to her. Don't speak to her. Don't speak to her. So that's the salon. Main hall. Here we go. Okay. Let's get out of here. Alright. Telephone. I hear you, telephone thing. Listening in. Tapped. Okay, what we got? So, here's Cassandra. The Major had a temper, so he got angry. He had a hot temper. He would get angry easily. Cassandra suspects Hugo. The Major didn't have much to his name. He didn't have much money. Cassandra believes the Major was the blackmailer. This is Rihanna. We talked to Rihanna. She said the Major didn't thank her. He was ungrateful. She's worked there for a long time. She took ice to the Major, whereas Archibald told us that it was him. Nothing new there.
Good morning, Detective. I hope you were comfortable last night.
Oh, no, Angeline. Comfortable? No. Comfortable, Angeline.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. The room was more than pleasant, merci. I'm afraid my mind was not in a state to enjoy it to its full potential, though.
I'm a bit stressed out.
I can't imagine any of us slept soundly last night.
To sleep soundly, to have a good sleep, yeah? To sleep like a log.
Hopefully guilt will be weighing heavily on someone's shoulders this morning.
Guilt will be weighing heavily on their shoulders. Perhaps on more than one set of shoulders, yeah?
I'm sorry if I was not much help last night, Detective.
On the contrary, your inside knowledge of the guests was of great help to my investigation. But there are many more questions that require answers.
Although the Major's death was taking precedence, there has been a development in the blackmail case. What were your feelings towards the Major's position in the house? So, Cassandra, Angeline's mother, has just come out with some kind of crazy stuff because I presumed, or we presumed, that, you know, the Major and Cassandra were friends, but like she's like, oh, he probably wrote the blackmail letters.
His position? You mean about him living here?
Yeah. What else? Sorry, I'm just getting a beer here. Yeah, exactly.
Oui, even in a house this size, you must see a lot of each other.
It's a huge house. It's an enormous mansion.
I enjoyed having him here. When I was away with Gideon, it was comforting to know Maman was not alone. Although his work with Mr. Da Silva has kept him away from the house of late.
What can you tell me about their relationship, working or otherwise?
There is not much to tell, only that there is no love lost between them.
Ooh, a nice expression. There's no love lost between two people. That's another way of saying they don't like each other. Football in Spain, Real Madrid, Barcelona. There is no love lost between them. There's no love lost between them. They don't like each other, you know? No love lost. So there's not much to tell, only that there is no love lost between them. Although the Major's death has taken precedent, do you know what their business entails? Yeah, what was their business?
He was always quite private about his work. I know that he was helping Mr. Da Silva with some safety matters.
I found a check addressed to the Major from Monsieur Da Silva. It noted security consulting.
Ah, that's right, security. With his military training, he helped Mr. Da Silva prepare for any trouble with the strikes. A development? Oh, Detective, I knew I could count on you.
I can trust you. I can count on you. Yeah, I know if I ask you to do something, you'll do it. Or, you know, if you agree to something, you will do it. I can count on the person. Can we count on them? Yeah, we can count on them.
It may not be the news you had wished for, though.
Oh no!
Another letter has been found.
Another letter?
Addressed to me? I don't know how much more I can take of this.
Me too, Angeline. Me too. No, she's suffering. She's suffering.
Pardonnez-moi, mademoiselle. Although it has been written in the same manner, using similar phraseology, it was not sent for your eyes, rather the Major's. Or at least that is how it seems.
Excuse me, miss. Although it has been written in the same style, using the same kind of expressions and phraseology, it was not sent for you, rather it was sent for the Major, or at least that's how it looks.
I'm sorry, Detective, I don't understand. It is addressed to him or not?
She's confused.
I found it in the Major's study yesterday while conducting my preliminary search. Whether he is the author of the letter or the recipient, I am still yet to discover.
What am I doing, everybody? I'm shrugging. Shrug. I don't know. Could the Major have been behind the blackmail? Could he be responsible for it?
Heavens no. He could not do that.
Heavens, no. Of course not. Oh my God. He could not do that.
You did not hesitate for a moment.
Why would he do such a thing? And then to send a letter to himself. It just doesn't make sense.
Merci for your time, mademoiselle. You are to a detective what an umbrella is to a traveler on a wet day.
Okay, alright. I understand what he means, but that's pretty stupid, Hercule. Not very good.
Useful?
Yeah? Huh?
Exactement.
Exactly. Okay. Cool, Hercule. Cool move. You are like an umbrella to a traveler on a wet day. Where are we going? Oh, what does it say? Hang on. Inspect the garden. Okay, what have we got here? Any new things? Okay. Okay, Cassandra thinks the Major was the blackmailer. Angeline doesn't think so.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Okay. Angeline and Cassandra have different impressions, ideas of the Major. There must be a reason for this, everybody. Talk to Angeline. Anything else? Um, um, um,
Is there something I am not seeing?
okay. The Major had a temper, conflicting opinions.
Order and method. That is the way to solve the problem.
Okay. Pierre said the Major didn't thank her. Angeline knew the Major well. Okay. What about this one?
Magnifique.
Okay. So she doesn't agree that the Major is the blackmailer because she knows him well. Fantastic. You cannot be surprised with Angelina Phoenix's bond. He has been a figure in her life for so long. Okay. And Angeline is attached, so she has a connection to the Major. Major, Spanish students, Major. What's the pronunciation there? Talk to Angeline, inspect the garden. Oh, Angeline! Oh, Angeline! Questions?
Help you with, detective?
Oh, yeah. Your maman, Cassandra, did not describe her friendship with the Major, Spanish students, Major, in such a positive light.
You have got the wrong end of the stick, detective. Maman has snapped at him recently, but it was nothing more than that.
Ah, this is a very nice expression here. To get the wrong end of the stick means to be kind of confused with the information, to misunderstand the information, you know? I can't think of any examples now, but I say to a friend, oh, I thought you were really angry with blah, 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 blah. And they're like, no, I'm not angry at all. You've got the wrong end of the stick. You totally misunderstood. Another similar expression would be to get your wires crossed. To get out your wires crossed. It's a misunderstanding. I teach online a lot. Well, I teach online mostly. And sometimes maybe imagine I'm talking to a student and I arrange a lesson. And all right, look at this, yeah? So a student says to me, Brian, I'd like a lesson with you, an online lesson with you next week. And I say, well, you know, my plate is full at the moment, but next week I should be free. I should be free on Tuesday. I should be free on Tuesday. We know that should is advice, yeah? You should go to the doctor. You shouldn't smoke, yeah? But also we can use should as kind of another way of saying probably, yeah? So I say to the student, yeah, okay, I'm really busy at the moment, but I should be free on Tuesday at 5 o'clock, okay? And then my student gets his or her wires crossed, and they think I said Thursday at 5 o'clock or something like that, you know. So I'm waiting for my online class and the student doesn't come. I say, hey, what happened? Where are you? And they went, oh, sorry, Brian. We must have got our wires crossed. I thought you said Thursday. So that's two good ways, you know. Should for probably, and also to get your wires crossed or to get the wrong end of the stick, to misunderstand. Someone says to me, Brian, when will you finish the stream? And I'd say, yeah, I should be finished by 12 o'clock, whatever. You know, I should be finished. I will probably be finished. I should be free on Friday. Yeah, it's a nice way to say probably. So, you've got the wrong end of the stick, detective. My man has snapped recently, but it was nothing more than that. Someone says to me, hi Brian, what's good about it? Yeah, just snap at someone when you're kind of like, when you're feeling grumpy, maybe, yeah? On the Monday morning, you know? And it's Monday morning, it's November, it's dark, it's raining, it's cold, and then I go into the office and someone says, good morning, Brian! What's good about it? You know? I'm being very grumpy, and I'm snapping at them. Not really.
It had something to do with the letter. I heard them in the library before Maman shouted, and he stormed out of the room past me.
It was something to do with the letter. I heard him in the library before Maman shouted, and he stormed out of the room past me. To storm out of the room, you know, like to go really quickly. I'm really angry, and I storm out.
Could it have been the blackmail letter that instigated their argument?
That started their argument.
Why would Maman be upset with him over the letter?
Madame is of a very different opinion from yourself regarding his connection with the letters. She believes him to be the author.
What?
That is what she told you? She has always been one to make a quick, if not rash decision, but she cannot truly believe that.
She is always one to make a quick, if not rash. To make a rash decision is to make a decision too quickly. You know what I mean? Like, you're not thinking it through, you know? You're not sleeping on it. And you make a decision, and usually it's the wrong decision. It's a very rash decision. Okay. Was the Major aware you had paid the first blackmail letter?
I don't recall telling him directly. I did not want Maman to find out it had been paid. If he knew, surely she would.
Right. I did not want Cassandra to find out, and if he knew, surely he would tell her. Okay.
Madame believes he may have been behind all the letters, and taking your payment of the first, then used it to pay the second and be the hero in you and your mother's eyes.
Okay, a fiendish plan, everybody. Create the blackmail, you get the money, you write another blackmail letter, then you pay it, and you are the White Knight, the hero of the story.
I never knew Maman had such an imagination. Where would she get a story like that from?
I don't know.
That is a question I was hoping you may be able to answer.
You have met him. Do you really think he's capable of such a devious plan?
Devious is like really clever, but in a kind of sinister, bad, evil way, a devious plan.
It is a plan only the most crooked and underhanded could create. Is that the Major? I am not so sure.
To be a crook is a synonym of a thief or a criminal. Yeah, he's a crook. Yeah, it could be a bank robber, like I am not, because we all have the alibi, because you have seen me streaming here, and that's my alibi, everybody. But also it could be like financial as well, you know, like we say, oh, you know, those lawyers are crooks. Yeah, they'll take all your money. Those lawyers, those solicitors, those lawyers. Yeah, so it's a plan only the most crooked, criminal, and underhanded could create. So you have to be very devious, and Hercule is not sure. The more I think on Madame's story, the more ridiculous and obscure it sounds, but that does not mean it cannot be ruled out. So I still have to consider it. I cannot say, no, that is a crazy idea, to rule something out. For example, in the sport, the goal was ruled out because of a foul.
I shall not keep you any longer. Merci, mademoiselle.
Thank you, Miss. All right. Anything happening here? Let's quickly go in here. Inspect the garden. I think we are going to leave it there for today. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. I think that's enough. Let's go and hang out at the plants. Let's go and stand there. There's no fire to wait at. So, or maybe somebody will phone me. Maybe. This is me every evening. Oh, I wonder if someone's going to phone me. And they never do, everybody. They never do. But I'll go and stand here at the phone and wait. Just in case someone phones me. Okay, cool. Good. So the story has progressed here. The finger of suspicion is pointing at maybe the Major was up to something suspicious. Now Cassandra is blaming Gideon, because Angeline doesn't believe any of it. And we saw that mysterious person in the garden in the snow last night, so we need to investigate what was going on there. So that's going to be the next part. Anything else? Not really. It's Sunday afternoon. It's about 1:15 here now. Oh look, I've got some new things. Notice it's Class A Brian. Instagram is Class A Brian. But on Twitter or X, it's at Class A_English. For some reason on Instagram, I cannot change it to Class A English because there is somebody in Indonesia who has this handle or nickname or whatever you want to use it, whatever you want to call it. But it's actually Class A.English, yeah? So I'm not able to do that. But definitely go to Twitter. I do a word of the day every day, and I do other vocabulary and stuff there. Also, I put notifications for the streams, yeah? Instagram, I don't use it so much. No, I hate Twitter. I'm only using it. I don't use Twitter for fun anymore. I really don't like it. But I do put the information there, and I put words of the day and stuff. Instagram, not so much, but maybe I'll do that more often now. I don't know. So you can access a lot of Class A stuff there. Vocabulary, quiz. Also, yeah, with the YouTube community, I've put lots of quizzes up, and preposition quizzes, collective nouns, stuff like that. What else? My friend Iona, Verbivore. My friend, she does every Thursday. She does a speaking practice, free speaking practice on Thursdays at 6 o'clock. If you go to Apple or Google stores, download the Team Dynamics app. It's free, and that will let you access the Convo clubs that they're doing. I know it's really, really good there. And that's pretty much it. You can see I've made a mistake there with the images. One's bigger than the other. But anyway, at least I finally got around to doing it, yeah? Definitely check out the Twitter X, yeah? There's a lot of vocabulary and stuff there. What else? Nothing really. I'm working a lot. I work online. I'm an online teacher, so I work a lot, and tomorrow's a really, really busy day for me. I'm definitely going to do another episode. I'm playing 2 games at the moment, Suzerain and Hercule, and I think I'll play Suzerain at some point during the week, and I'll do Hercule again next Sunday at 11:30, hopefully. There won't be any issues. So, please, if you enjoyed the video, press like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, hit notifications, because, in August, my schedules are, I've got a lot more time, so I can just do some random kind of streams. But definitely, anyway, next Sunday, 11:30 in Spain, CEST, Central European Summertime, there'll be another stream. We'll continue with Hercule. And what else? That's pretty much it. I'm going to relax now. It's 1:30. It's lunchtime. I'm going to have some lunch. I'm going to chill out. And I think maybe this evening I'm going to go to the beach because tomorrow I am flat out working online. So it's a big one. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. It's kind of cool, yeah. It's kind of a cool game. It's nice, and there's a lot of vocabulary that we're looking at there, yeah. So that's quite interesting. I might try to put some of that up on Instagram. Pretty much that's it. It's Sunday here in real time. It's the 4th of August. It's going to be a hot couple of weeks, and well, enjoy it. So take care, and I'll see you soon.